Heavens to Betsy, I am back. Also, I am so tired. Like, you do not want to even know how tired I am right now. So I'm just gonna continue with what I was doing yesterday. Blah, 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 blah. I don't have the webcam on or any of the other stuff on because I am too tired to think, to be honest. Doesn't help that I was out at part of the hottest part of the— no, that is definitely too cold. Part of the hottest part of the day. Taking my dog on a walk at the park with my parents, and just now all I want to do is go to sleep. But that's not gonna happen. So October 19th, 3:27 p.m. right in the Crow Law offices. Alright, we're finishing up the Turnabout Samurai, which is the Steel Samurai story arc, where Edgeworth gets begins to get a redemption. That was a close one, huh, Mia? Really? Too bad, I'm sorry. Too bad, I'm sorry I missed it. And Mia's back. Mia's gone. Phoenix, you need to, like, chill. Mia. So what happened? Well, I think I got a pretty good idea who did it. Now all I need is a motive and proof. Wow, good going, Nick. And under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have. Initial trial? What's that? That's the new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. They had so many cases in the system, they decided to speed the whole process up. So under that system, trials have to end in 3 days? Yeah, pretty much. Well, we've no time to waste. Alright. I don't get it, Maya. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume? What? You mean Mr. Hammer was wearing the costume? Yeah. But Mr. Hammer was the victim, Nick. Why would he go through the trouble of stealing it? That's what we have to find out. What happened with the director's testimony? Well, it's pretty clear that the producer and the director were both in the trailer. Huh. Which means that the killer has to be one of them. Really? Why? Because the real scene of the crime was Studio 2, where that trailer is. And she's shocked with what? Was Maya always this excitable? Well, have you noticed anything that might help us? I can't see what's going on when Mia is here. So no, I haven't noticed anything. Right. Maybe we should go talk to WP? WP Powers, right. Okay. Move. Detention. Oh, I don't need my mouse for this. What am I doing? Oh, I thought I went to detention center. Oops, I went here. Okay, well this works. Old bag. The old windbag sure is quiet today. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick, I think her guard's down. Yeah? I bet we could even eat those donuts in the guard station if we wanted. You eat, you die. She's alive! Yay, old bag. Okay. I was wondering about Dee Vasquez, the producer. Oh, the studio bigwigs love her. So she always gets her way. She seems bitter. Do you not like the producer? Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry. Can I ask you about Salmonella, the director? Sal? He's a soft. A pushover. Does whatever Vasquez tells him to. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it. I mean, yeah. Because he's a disgusting, foul man. Why would anyone like being treated like dirt? He's literally a disgusting, foul man. It doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick? No, it doesn't, Maya. About Mr. Hammer. Oh, angry. I heard about what you said today. Cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer. You drag his star down from the sky and stomp on it. Calling him a criminal. A thief. I won't forget this. Uh-oh, she's really pissed this time. Listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Powers' costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible. go to the detention center. October 19th, detention center. Visitor's room. Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears? That's his standard. Nick, you must really wowed them in there. And could you wipe that grin off your face? Hey, WP, only one day left. Let's make it count. Yes, though there's not really anything I can do to help. I'm not really sure what I can do either. Please, this is no laughing matter. Could you tell me more about Miss Vasquez? Oh, the producer? She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius. A genius? She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her the difference these days. Why is that? Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and what? Nothing. Forget it. I've only heard rumors anyhow. Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manila? Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director, but something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows the name Sal Manila. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high and all that. I can imagine him being at the beck and call, though I can't imagine him jumping. I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of the earth. Oh. Yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global. How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer. He just gave up being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global. 5 years ago. Okay. So, 5 years ago is when everything started. Let's go to the employee area first. October 19th, Global Studios employee area. I guess they're not filming today either. Why would they film right now, Mia? Good lord. I did not want to see them filming just one time. Later. This trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come see them film later. I guess. This is where you found the bottle of sleeping pills, right? Uh-huh. I wonder if there's any other clues lying around. Gumshoe. No touching. Oh gosh. I love Gumshoe. Oh, sorry, pal. Didn't mean to frighten you. I almost had a heart attack. I guess I can be a little dramatic at times. I suppose it's the actor in me. Dramatique indeed. Anyways, I'm here to examine the plate on the table. Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills? Yeah, pal. Traces thereof. You're looking for traces of the sleeping pills. How? For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing solution. This reacts to these sleeping pills, see? If there's traces in it, it'll change color. Wow, neat. All Detective Gumshoe? What are you waiting for? Now, everything in time, pal. Okay. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, alright. So the food in this plate had been laced with sleeping pills. Looks like it. Steak plate added to the court record. How goes your investigation? To tell the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers, and some people think we should switch suspects. What do you think, Detective Gumshoe? Well, pal, I hate to admit it, but I'm not sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. I feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. How is Edgeworth doing anyway? Mr. Edgeworth is out of control. He was in the waiting room and he crushed this paper cup with hot coffee in it. Oh, Edgeworth, ow! Talk about burns, pal. Wow, the fury of Edgeworth. Yeah, crushing paper cups. Cups. Bottles? Say whatever happened with the empty bottle. Oh, the bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim, Jack Hammer's prints on the bottle. So that means Yeah, it sounds like the one who put Power to sleep was none other than the victim. So I was right. Sleeping pill bottle added to the court record. Okay. You know, I'm not gonna... Go to the dressing room. Oh, hello. What are you doing in here? Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room. I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so... What? Why? But WP's innocent. Yes, and I'm really grateful for all you've done. But this week is the last episode of The Steel Samurai. Ooh. So Steel Samurai's ending. I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer. Yes? On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2. I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume, too. What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh, I guess the rumor must be true then. The rumor? Yeah, Miss Vasquez, that producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything she said, apparently. Some dirt. What dirt? Dirt, you know, bad stuff. I know what dirt means. About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during the filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set the way it was, too. The film set? Was that trailer part of the film set, then? Okay, so... What do you mean, the last Steel Samurai? I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant. No. Okay. I also hear that Global Studios is going to change its programming. They're not going to make kids shows anymore. What? Why? I don't know. It's sad, but that's what the Global Studios decided. Why aren't they going to make kids shows anymore? The studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all about this all ever happened. They want it quiet, you understand? How can they just do that? What about all the kids who love Steel Samurai? It's okay. I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. I mean, that's not a lie, that's true. But that can't be true. If the program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something. Yeah. I think the evidence, rather than words, is called for here. Here, take a look at this. And this is... A fan collected all of these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't be cancelled just so some adults can save face. I would think you would understand that better than anyone. You're right. Okay, but what can I do? Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago. Okay. Could you tell us what happened 5 years ago? Well, I can tell you that what I've heard. Apparently 5 years ago someone died, and it was Hammer's fault. Someone died? It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Miss Vasquez, managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she had on Mr. Hammer. And that's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Miss Vasquez asked him to do. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know Mr. Hammer is a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out. I see. You know, who knows more about this? Mrs. Oldbag. She was here at the studios back then, you know. Thanks. We'll try asking her if she'll talk. Alright, so... No. What, you're still slinking around? If you like the place so much, why don't you take over for me? The old windbag doesn't look so good. Everybody's doing their damnedest to forget Hammer. Who do they think made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer. It's all due to Hammer. She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep up a safe distance. I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago. Ooh, that pissed her off. Who told? Who did you hear that from? Huh? Nichols. Nichols? Nichols, Nick. Penny Nichols. That's the assistant we talked to. Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about the accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he? Whippersnappers. Dredging up dirt on someone's past like that, and the recently departed no less. I suppose you think this is fun? No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers. And you claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume. You expect me to believe that rubbish, or did you have some kind of proof? Proof that Hammer stole Powers' costume? I'm sorry, Mrs. Oldbag, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume. Here's my proof. What? What's a little empty bottle supposed to prove? It's a bottle of sleeping pills, with Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it. What does that prove? I'm sure old Hammer had some sleepless nights. Where's your proof that those pills are all used on Powers? Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct? Well, yes, so? This is the plate that he used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate. Ooh, I see. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. Mrs. Oldbag? Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in. Mrs. Oldbag. You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident, a fatal accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She had ties to the mafia. She silenced the paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio. I see. But you have to understand, poor old Hammer never meant to harm anyone. Miss Oldbag. Hold on a minute. Poor Miss Oldbag. Here, take this. A photograph? Wait a second. This is the picture. Is this the trailer in Studio 2? Hammer was supposed to fight a bad guy on top of those stairs there. He pushed the other actor and the man fell into the flower box fence. But how did you get this? It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it. I understand. Oh, yep. Here, October 19th, Studio 1 entrance. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume. Then he left from here to go to Studio 2? Right. But why? I wonder if someone called him? Like the director or the producer? That is a good question. Outside Studio 2. October 19th, Studio 2 entrance. Hey Nick, it's Miss Vasquez. Hello? Hello? Yep. Maya, you should at least try to be polite. I'm watching the clouds. That's all she had to say, apparently. Excuse me. Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder and... Shush. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, Nick. She's really ticking me off. Oh dear. Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai. I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai. You did it. Nick, she did it. She's the killer. My Feyblade speaks to me. I know it, I know it. Oh dear. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manella. If you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer. By yourselves. Oh dear. Alright. An incinerator, apparently just, it's already covered in soot, that much is, okay, they almost, kept it in good shape, looks like it'd run fine. Well, let's go for a drive. Sure, if I had a license. Okay, so this is the same as that. This This is where Sal Vasquez and Salmonella and D. Vasquez ate. There's nothing left on the plates. I don't know. I'm getting a funny feeling. Something about this just feels odd, you know? Can't say that I do. Yeah, I agree with you there. There's some flowers here. Ow, so pretty. Don't get too close. That fence looks dangerous. Okay. So all this is the same. Let's go into the trailer. October 19th, Studio 2 trailer. Wasn't the assistant cleaning up yesterday? Funny, it still seems pretty messy in here. I guess she was still high from getting that rare card she needed. Alright, let's just make sure that there's not anything in here. Nothing in here that could be clear, just some paper cups and crumpled documents. Looks like they were designing the set Steel Samurai show. They got some figures for how much the set costs. Okay. Had that meeting. Documents, paper scattered around. Okay, nothing new here. She's not even looking. Where? What? Where did you get that? Well... Old bag. Old? She means the security lady, Miss Oldbag, Nick. Right. Anyway, Miss Vasquez, you hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer. The wind. Huh? It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer. Nick, she went inside the trailer. This makes me a little bit concerned now, but okay. You came. Well then, what was that you were talking about? Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Miss Vasquez, you were using that incident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing a kid's show for petty change. So I'm blackmailer now. Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident, but you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star. Oh? I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord. But you were the cause. You pressured him. And I think it was just an accident. Excuse me? What is this all about? You keep saying accident, accident. How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell everything out for you? Think, what would it be if it wasn't an accident? No. No way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose? That's what I mean. Where's your proof? Can you prove it? Just think. Would he have left me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, believe you me. But the security lady said it was an accident. Oh, well, she was a big fan of Hammer, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hands, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. So that's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course all the reporter would need is negatives. He could have made a copy, but he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me, now. What? This is valuable evidence. Boys. Uh-huh. Yep. This is where it's gonna be. Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? Ooh. Yeah, we're in trouble. The trial ends tomorrow. How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should D. Vasquez care about it at all? I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away. Maya yells no. Hold it right there. Gumshoe to the rescue. I heard everything, pal. D. Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me now. Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then, in court. I'll be looking forward to it. Okay, well, there's that. Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing. Detective Gumshoe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was really scared. Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job. Detective Gumshoe? Sorry, it's just, I've wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. She's woofing in her sleep. Okay, I've got one more job today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. Wow. Well, Nick, looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this. And who's at the bottom? D. Vasquez. Okay, that's the end of... Okay. So I have all the materials. I thought there was like some sort of proof at the incinerator, but maybe I'm just blind. I could have sworn there was some sort of truth at the incinerator, but you know. October 20th, 10 a.m., District Courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope that both prosecution and the defense will be able to present a decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was, in fact, Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. Prosecution calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 on trailer that day. So, we start with her. Will the witness state her name and occupation? D. Vasquez, I am a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2, as everyone here knows, yes? I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. Edgeworth is getting just so much rudeness to him. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay. Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. Day of the murder. I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at noon sharp. It ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you the van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk, what with that monkey's head toppling over. We added it to the court record. I see. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Let's do it. Okay, press here. By yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop in the employee area? No. Are you always this terse? Yes. Oh dear. 12 sharp, it ended at 4. Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on, let's talk a bit more about that. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. The same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please stop banging your little desk. It hurts my ears. Oh, poor Edgeworth. He's just getting shafted. So we went to Studio 1. And when exactly was that? I've forgotten. Maybe you could try remembering? No. The meeting ended at 4 and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those times. You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. Hold on. You had Sal take you. What does that mean? It means what I just said. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van. Oh, alright. At 2:30 we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. And what were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. It was a 15-minute break. Sal and ate T-bone steaks in the front table part of the trailer. Do you have someone who can verify this? Sal. No, I mean someone else. One person is enough. If she's committed the murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that proves she didn't eat that steak... Well, Nick, find anything? I kind of wish she'd said a little more. It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss, but I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said, somewhere. Alright, I need to look at what evidence I have. The bone. We'll try that. I'm going to try this. Yep, that's it. Okay, that was it. Ha, as I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak, but I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at the table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Miss Vasquez, tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You didn't eat the steak. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Order. Are you saying... Yes, Your Honor. Mrs. Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak. She ran into the Steel Samurai, and then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. I'm agreeing there. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes? I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Ha. You see? Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning? The samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What? I like this. Phoenix figured out the truth. What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. Is it this? Nope. Wrong, Mr. Wright. Yep, that's not it. But I haven't said anything yet. I know you well enough by now to know when you're going to present the wrong evidence. I can sense it too with my fey blood. Okay, so I picked the wrong evidence. Enough with all the sensing, right. Okay, here's the real evidence, Your Honor. I can prove the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. Nope, that's not it. Okay. Alright, how can I... Oh, it's... Is it because... Okay, yeah. It was because it's been mended. Present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that the spear broke during the morning action scene 1 through, but someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who's wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? Order, order. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence. I'm the one testifying here and I will be heard. Oh, Edgeworth, are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then. Okay, now I present this. Look at this photo. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order, order. If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word that this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still cannot see it? See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? Like, what are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago has happened again. Yeah, see, this is what I like. It's like, look, there was a situation, and it exploded. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Misty Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Jack Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way he caused another man to die. 5 years ago. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my scriptwriting staff. You deny what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of our argument that Hammer died in the trailer as you say. Yet the body was found in the Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? What if she had another way to carry the body, other than her own hands? For instance... Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1, and you used the studio van to do it. Recite your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Cell take me. There was a van there, right? I had Cell drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Hold on, right. Don't forget, it was Sal Manella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella is a conspirator? Of course Sal Manella has to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that all alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It was fun. I win? So, what happens next? I like just the befuddlement. Like, what? Don't question me. Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? I lost? Something like that? I just said that. Wait, so you mean D. Vasquez, so it was you? You killed Jack Hammer? Who can say? Are you sure I did, Mr. Wright? We just engaged in a battle of wits, and the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right? But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. I like how Phoenix is going, wait, shit. He's not wrong, Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly it does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do now? Testify again. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? No one to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before, the truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions, get the same answers, a waste of time. Damn. To come so far only to fail. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. There you go, Edgeworth. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I see. Very well. Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes, indeed. Verily, I say, ergo. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Nick, why did Edgeworth... Who knows? He probably realized she did it too. But, wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that, Edgeworth likes the Steel Samurai. That's the reason. After finding the body. I was with Sal and Old Bag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. Immediately I called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady, Old Bag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Okay, Nick, we're close, real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need to twist the truth out of her. Right. Okay, no, that's not what I wanted. Cute. What time was that? We were to meet at 5 at the rehearsal, so I would say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes, mind you. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume and Salmonella's help. Oh? What did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into any costumes? You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy. Boy. The witness will continue her testimony. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. Mr. Powers is taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember what? There was a dead body lying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm. You certainly seem calm enough when I accuse you of murder. Wait a second. Wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around? You discovered a murdered body and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? I have to agree with the defense on this one. Oh, Miss Vasquez? Logically speaking, perhaps, but no one in there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his steel samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. We often left him on the bus when shooting at location. No one noticed he was missing. Poor Powers. Well, I suppose that explains that. Very well, Miss Vasquez. You may continue. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. What was everyone else doing at that time? No one said a thing. It was silent. Completely silent. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry, I'm late. Then silence. Dead silence. Silence. Hey, Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. Yeah, that's not happening. Security Lady Oldbag was quite agitated, pointing at Powers and saying he did it. Oldbag, the security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said because she saw him going toward the studio. Right, the Steel Samurai. Did the detective arrest Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seems to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all of this after the fact. That photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera. She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer. I don't think there's anything there I can use. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. You asked to be left out. Yes. It seems that everyone was questioned. And I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting, there was no way we could have been involved. Thus, they covered for us. Covered for you, or covered it up for you. There must have been a lot riding on it with all these bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. The script and your direction notes. Yes, they were quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder, after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Oh yeah, I guess. Very well. Miss Vasquez, please continue. There we go. Your Honor. I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Thank you, Edgeworth. You missed what Phoenix... You got what Phoenix missed, huh? Think. Miss Vasquez says she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have to know about the murder before going to Studio One. Order, order. Mr. Edgeworth. What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well. The witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal. He told me. Sal, the director. You have to find something to peg this on her here. Or everything we've done until now will have been wasted. Leaving it. Go get him. Okay. So it's here, and I actually do have proof. This one. You knew that Hammer was injured. Didn't you think that's a little funny? I mean, he was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo, but that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right, you must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manello was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manello. You saw Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Ah, and when he was doing this? Well, it would have had to have been when he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez. You met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in the Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Order, order, I will have order. Witness. Can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are you the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? Is there a reason? It is unclear to this court. Oh no, there is. I have the photo that shows it. In other words, can you prove she had motive? Of course I can prove it. Okay. I have proof, and I'll show it to you. I present to the court evidence Miss Vasquez's motive in this murder. This is her motive. This is my proof. This is the photo from before. This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial, it began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall, his fall from stardom. His guilt weighed on him down, no doubt. However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day, and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed Dede Vasquez and not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder. Okay. Allow me to present to the court evidence proving Miss Vasquez's motive. This is my proof. And this tells us Miss Vasquez wanted to kill Mr. Hammer? I'd say all it proves is that defense attorney has completely lost his marbles. Oh, come on. I am so confused. Please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder. Okay, she had no motive. She had no motive, Your Honor. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs, in self-defense. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. Ooh. What? I like how her eyes go white. Your Honor. Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill Dede Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. So you did do it, didn't you? Yes. I am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance. There's blood everywhere. We're too late. Miss Vasquez, what happened here? Manuel fell from this trailer stairs. Manuel. Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm. No. How could this? It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... Yeah, because she loved Manuel. Don't touch him, Miss Vasquez. Please don't die. Please. And she was in love with him. And Hammer killed her love. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose. Again. And so she took her revenge pettily out on Hammer. And Hammer decided, fuck that shit, and attempted to kill her. Mr. Edgeworth, where's Dede Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm and collected as ever. I see. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. It appears you have brought about yet another miracle. I thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle. Edgeworth, this is a turnaround for you, sir. Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty. Success. That is all. This court is adjourned. October 20th, 112 District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I know that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez, but to think that he tried to frame me for the murder. Yeah, dude was a real piece of work in this case. It makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Huh? Tell me, why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? Well, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put blame on you because... It's because you were Steel Samurai. Because I was the Steel Samurai? Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in kids' shows, and as the villain to boot. The kids love the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you? I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him any time. I think you're missing the point. Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over. So am I. So am I. Congratulations, WP! Oh yeah, thanks to you I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... Oh, yeah. Is something wrong? No, of course not. Nick, Edgeworth. Say something right. I'm not good at small talk. I love Edgeworth. What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. And, pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. And Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. See, he's a Steel Samurai fanboy! Liar. Right. I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. Meet again? However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feelings. Ah, gay boy. Unnecessary feelings. Yeah, memories of his father's death, among other things. Also memories of what he wanted to be, which was a lawyer. Also, gay! Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix, right? Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. That's not gonna happen, my dude. Mr. Wright? Was that guy your friend? What? Friends? As if. They're rivals. Rivals, right, Nick? For now we are, I guess. Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Because you are missing a lot of backstory, Maya. Come on, Nick, tell me. What's the deal with you and Edgeworth? And so the curtain closed on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kids shows again. Oh, Pink Princess became a thing. Nick, this is it. The new show starts today. You're going to watch it with me, right? I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it. You have to buy trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Cody and that assistant. Fine, fine. I'll do it. Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time. I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Lil Powers. Wow. Just wow. Yes, save progress. Alright. I will be right back in 1 second. I'm just going to go grab something. Apparently I had a Panera cookie in the fridge. I forgot it was in there. Here it is. Edgeworth's whole thing. 50 years is a long time to wait. You can't imagine how much I've suffered. You've suffered? But now, the perfect opportunity has presented itself. The truth of Edgeworth's story. At last I shall have my revenge. What? Mm-hmm. This whole plot is just ridiculous. And Von Karma can suck a dick. December 25th, 10:08 a.m. Right in Law Company offices. Hey, Nick. Do you know if there are any good waterfalls around here? Waterfalls? Dare I ask why? Dunno, Nick. Isn't it obvious? I need a waterfall to stand under, preferably a freezing one. Oh, is that part of your spirit medium training? Of course! Except I've been slacking off lately. I need to brave the elements and be forged anew under the rushing spring waters. Okay. I don't know about any falls per se, but Gourd Lake is pretty close. Oh, darn. Sorry, but them's the breaks. Can you just take a cold shower or something? Good idea! So much for rushing spring waters. Next in the news, a large unidentified animal sighted at Gourd Lake. The town is buzzing with excitement. Locals are calling it Gordy, and a tip of the hat to Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster. Though its namesake Nessie proved to be a hoax, locals are confident their Gordy is the real deal. Boring. Can't they show real news for a change? Nick? The water pressure's kinda low in that shower. You want more pressure, huh? Why don't you go down to the fire department and have them spray you with the hose? Good idea, Nick. Apparently, Fey blood is no aid in detecting sarcasm. We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. Strange occurrences continue at Gourd Lake, but this time it's murder. Gourd Lake again? The body of a man was found in the lake early this morning. A suspect was apprehended. Sources inside the police department revealed that the suspect's name is Miles Edgeworth, age 24. Edgeworth was an up-and-coming prosecutor known for his skill and connections. He was guaranteed a long and rewarding career. Has he thrown it all away? Edgeworth? What's going on? Edgeworth would never do something like... Nick? Yipes, Maya. The fireman yelled at me when I called him. I've got bigger things to worry about than that. They arrested Edgeworth. What? You mean the prosecutor? Yeah, he's a suspect in a murder. All good questions. I don't know. Let's go find out, Nick. So I need to eat. I'm gonna mute myself and still play. I will pop up and make commentary every now and then. This kid. Edgeworth, get your ass back here. There you go. Whiny boy, good lord. What are you doing here? Were you in a good mood when you were here? So you come to laugh at the fallen attorney. Then laugh. Oh, edgy boy. Well... why aren't you laughing? Because it's not funny. Should we be laughing? Nah, it's a trick. Laugh and he'll get mad. Or burst into tears. Edgeworth, we don't have so much free time we can spend it coming down here to laugh at you. Yes, you do. Actually, he's right. I hoped you wouldn't come. I didn't want you to see me. Not like this. I didn't want to see you like this either, believe me. Tell me what happened. Why should I? What are you going to do about it? Duh. We're going to help you, that's what. Help me? You? Don't be ridiculous. Sorry? You're a novice. You've only been in 3 trials. He's not wrong! This man is not wrong. In any respects. Sorry, I'm trying to double check because I know it's this chapter. I have an achievement I need to get. Borrow all of Gumshoe's secret weapons. Wow, Edgeworth. Sure you got lucky and won all 3. But your luck's bound to run out someday. You need real skill, right? Experience. Nick, he's insulting you. Nick? Why am I always the one who has to get angry? The murder took place at Gourd Lake, correct? Yes, late last night. Lake is a long way from your offices in the courthouse. Why were you down there? I see no need to tell you. Mr. Edgeworth, you didn't really. Gordy. Huh? I went to see Gordy. Because this man is a big nerd. Gordy? What's that? I'll tell you later. I want Edgeworth to talk to us. Because Edgeworth is a guilty bitch who thinks he is the reason why his father is dead. And believes he deserves to be punished because Von Karma is an abusive asshole who probably convinced him he is the reason that it's Von Karma's fault. Because Von Karma is a murderer and a dick. And got away with it for 15 years. This is where it happened? Yeah. Gourd Lake is in the middle of this park. I can see some police walking around in there. Questioning people, probably. Hey, isn't that Detective Gumshoe over there? Well, pal, there's enough of us here. Anyone found anything? Sorry, sir. Nothing. Idiot. Trial's tomorrow. We need clues on the double. But, sir, there weren't any clues. That's why we arrested the attorney, Mr. Edgeworth. It's clear, sir. He's the one who... Gumshoe, loyal to the very end. I'll make you sorry if you do. And we scare each other. Why? Gumshoe, you know this is not Harry Butts. Okay. Because he likes Edgeworth. Oh, Gumshoe. Detective Gumshoe, do you know what happened here? Huh? That's weirdly nice. "15 minutes after midnight." There was a witness. The witness. I like how Maya's like so questioning this whole thing, and everyone else is like, no, Edgeworth did not do this. Well, yeah, of course they are. See, this is the thing. Gumshoe is loyal to a fault. Do you know who will be Mr. Edgeworth's defense attorney in tomorrow's trial? He hasn't got one yet. Of course no one will take the case. Bung Karma's on the other end. Prove the badge you wear isn't just some fancy piece of metal. Who is the witness? Sorry, pal. That's confidential. Anyway, the witness saw everything, apparently. I'm sure they'll turn up at the trial tomorrow. Was there only the one witness? Yep. It was pretty cold out in the lake last night. And it was Christmas Eve, after all. Still, we're being thorough. You never know when you're going to turn up another witness. That's why we're here today, checking things out. So far, we're coming up empty. Oh, it's Christmas today. I'd forgotten. What are you getting me for Christmas, Nick? Talk to Santa. Cool, Phoenix. Feel winter's chill from the bare leaf trees today. What's about winter that turns people into poets? I don't know, but my toes are starting to feel them. Yes, my poetry has that effect on some people. Wow, Phoenix. Sign says Gourd Lake National Park. This place is full of families picnicking on the weekend, but no waterfall. Not many picnickers come here for spiritual training, man. Anything else? Nope. Same old, same old. Maya's favorite plant. Its name is Charlie. Maya's gotten the knack of watering it lately. Charlie's been perking up these days. Looks like it's cleaning day at the hotel across the way. I hear they're planning a second branch outside the city. I can see the bellboy getting an angle of that screwdriver in the drawer just right. Maya brought in a Steel Samurai. A poster of Steel Samurai the other day. We had a big fight over whether to put it up or not. No, she's just waiting for a chance to sneak it on the wall. Difficult-looking legal books stand in a formidable row. They mocked me. I tried reading one. It made my head hurt. When I closed it, it slipped out of my hand. Then my foot hurt, too. Phoenix is so just ridiculous. Mia's desk. If we had more clients, I would probably sit here more often. Lately, I've been spending more time on the couch, watching TV. Alright, so you're worthless. Got it. Your attorney's badge. Edgeworth. Let me defend you. Yeah, good one, right? But I'm not that hard up. Not yet. What do you mean by that? Me? Just a wet behind the ears lawyer with only 3 trials under his belt? Never. My case is near hopeless, right? Every defense attorney I've talked to has turned me down. What? Simply put, they were afraid they'd lose. It occurred to me that it might be my fault they lack confidence. After all, I did get every single one of their clients declared guilty. I don't believe it. Regardless, I don't want you involved in this. You, in particular, I cannot ask to do this. Edgeworth, this is really hard for me to ask, but you didn't do it, right? Right? Think what you will. I have only one request. Huh? Stay out of this case. Why? But Nick is trying to help you. I know that. But I don't want your help, okay? Edgeworth, you are a brat, and I love you. Why not? Look, just go away and leave me alone. Nick, Mr. Edgeworth did it, didn't he? Maya, let's go investigate elsewhere. But Nick... Nope. We are leaving back to Board Lake entrance. Is it true? No one will take Mr. Edgeworth's case. Yeah, he's a bit of a celebrity. If you defended him and lost, your reputation be sure to suffer. What's more, the case against him is, well, it's pretty solid. I suppose it would be if they had a witness. Hey, pal, don't tell me you're going to turn your back on him too. Remember the Steel Samurai case? Mr. Edgeworth helped keep your client declared innocent. Yeah, because he likes Steel Samurai! I know. I went to Edgeworth. I tried. He really doesn't want us to represent him. Especially not us, he said. What? Well, that doesn't make any sense, pal. You should have heard him talking about you after that trial. He kept saying, right, over and over. Because he's also gay for Phoenix! This man is also gay for Phoenix, to be fair. Nick? I'm not sure that's a good sign. Neither am I. Why wouldn't he want your help? I don't get it. Detective Gumshoe, sir. What? Find something? No, sir. Not yet. But there was a call from the precinct. They want to hold an investigation. Investigative briefing. A briefing. Right. I'm off. Oh. Sorry, pal. I guess you heard. I gotta go. Any last things you want to ask me about before I head back? Well, yes. Do you have any information on the victim? Sorry. I haven't worked up the autopsy report yet. I'm still waiting for myself. Actually, say, if you get the time, drop by the precinct. We can talk more there. You're not coming back, detective? Probably not. So what should we do if we have something to talk to you about? Alright. Here, I'll show you how to get to the precinct. Come down and see me anytime. Okay. Oh, hey, Detective Gumshoe. What? We'd like to take a look around the park. Can we walk around? Yeah, no problem, pal. You got my permission. Sweet. You know, Nick, I think there's something to be said for taking people when they're busy. Yeah, they don't have time to think about not giving you information. Right, now let's go investigate. December 25th, Gourd Lake Public Beach. Wowzers, this is Gourd Lake. Yep. Not sure it warrants a wowzers, though. Maybe not. Probably not. Like how she agrees with me. But hey, look at the snack stand. Samurai dogs? I want a samurai dog. Please? I bet they're great. With a name like Samurai Dog, how could they not be? They're a little behind the times, though. The kids are all into the Pink Princess now. I mean, like, you know. Nope. Wow, Gourd Lake is really big. Yeah. Say, Nick, why is it called Gourd Lake? Oh. Well, a long time ago, they used to grow gourds here. Whoa, no way. I was sure it was because it was a lake looked like a gourd when viewed from above. That too. You know, like an hourglass shape? Well, it is shaped like a gourd, actually, but that's just a coincidence. Oh, okay. It's like that's definitely it too. A hot dog stand, it's closed. The Christmas fringe looks a little half-baked. The banner reads Samurai Dog. Somebody needs to redecorate. Huh. Someone left some poppers here. You know, pull the string and it goes pop. Yeah, I know the ones. You've seen them around a lot in New Year's. Hey, Nick. They might be a clue. Let's take them. Come on, admit it. You just want to pop them, right? Was it that obvious? Poppers. I suppose it couldn't hurt. Huh? Where'd they go? Into my pocket. Poppers put in your pocket. A lineup of plastic benches. I guess the idea is you buy a dog and eat it here. I doubt anyone would sit here and eat a day like this, except maybe Mia, if she had a samurai dog. Trash can is empty. At least the place is well maintained. Huh. I almost didn't see that signpost. Left, boat docks. Right, exit. Let's check the boat rental shop. Nick, what is this place? A boat rental shop. Closed for Christmas, it seems. I guess a murder taking place on one of the boats wouldn't be good for business either. I've never ridden on a boat. Really? Well, how about we go out on one when the trial is finished? Hey, good idea. You bet. Doesn't look like anyone is around. They're probably closed because it's Christmas. There's some boats floating at the dock. Was one of these boats used in the murder, I wonder? Nick? Huh? I changed my mind. I don't really want to go for a boat ride. Yeah, that's usually the result there. There's more forest off that way. I doubt I'd find any useful clues in there. Okay, so that's kind of everything here. Alright, back to the public beach. And then to the woods where our witness is. And I'm actually going to end this. I like it here, Nick. Look, someone's camping. They've got guts camping at the scene of a murder. Hey, Nick. If they were camping here last night, they might know something about the murder. That's true. Good call, Mia. Let's go talk to them. Hey, Nick. What? Don't tell me you're hungry again. No. It was just wondering, why are camping pots and pans made of aluminum? They didn't talk about that in any of the law books, so there's no law saying they have to be made out of aluminum then. I'm not having this conversation. There's food and some magazines on the sheet. It takes a pretty tough skin to camp in the woods in this cold. Sign says no camping. Find a place to pitch your tent. Wait, what if the sign said no setting tents on fire? I don't think they have signs like that. Oh. Trees grow quite thick here. Further back, the trees fade into the shadow where the sunlight can't reach them. Alright, I'll touch that last. This SUV has seen better days. It's dented all over. I can't believe anyone would ever drive their car down here. Alright, here we go. The camera has a mic and some sort of attachment. It must take pictures when triggered by a noise. Wow, cool. Let's try it out. Cough. Hi, I'm Nick. Maybe I'm not saying anything loud enough. Hey, I'm Nick. Huh. Will you stop that? Maybe it's broken? Don't kick it. Maybe it isn't set to respond to voices. Well, what then? These things? The party poppers? Yep. Well, it responded. Get your hands off of that. What in the Sam Hill? Look what you done now. There goes a whole roll of film. What? Sorry, nice. But don't pay my bills. You know how much that roll of film costs? I'll pay you back. What were y'all thinking setting off a party popper in a place like this? Well... What? Don't try to play stupid with me just because you think I'm some country bumpkin. Yeah, I know how y'all think. Y'all Yanks think. I say those Southern folks talk with that exaggerated drawl. Why, they must be dumb. Well, let me tell you, just because I might be dumb don't mean we all are. That is so rude. I'm from the South. And who are you now? For a chaperone? Yeah, no. Rather, we're sort of friends. Just figure out what y'all are gonna say and say it for bejesus's sake. God, I'd rather sit through one of Papa's drawls than listen to you stutter all day. Oh boy. I guess we should pay her for the film. Watch it. Yes, ma'am. On second thought, I'll pay later. I'm really sorry. What? Can't see you charging the film on the camera here? Someone, I'm not naming any names, but someone used up a whole roll. Sorry, that didn't work. I wonder if I have anything to show her that would get her attention. Okay. This is my badge. Huh? Aren't badges supposed to be all shiny and impressive? You a cop or something? I'm a lawyer. What? Y'all ain't gonna try and pull one of them lawsuits on me over that film now. Because I'll have y'all know I'm a fighter and I wrestled meaner looking things than you. No, that's not it at all. We're here investigating a murder that took place here on the lake. A murder? Sounds cool. Why didn't y'all say that in the first place? Go ahead, ask me anything you like. Finally, some cooperation. You two, y'all can come out of hiding now. I won't bite hard. Come to think of it, where did Maya get to? Sorry, I was feeling a little overwhelmed. The culture gap and all. Never mind, honey. I can talk Yank for you if it pleases you. Thanks. I think I'll be okay. Great then. I'm Lotta. Lotta Hart, but y'all can call me Lotta. I'm here photographing meteor showers for a research project. Mighty pleased to meet ya. Oh yeah, when I was the murder anyway. I ain't seen much television lately. It happened late in the night on Christmas Eve. That's so. Christmas Eve. A man on a boat was shot. Did you see anything? Well, let me see. Boat, you say. I reckon I might have seen one, not sure though. Y'all gotta remember, I've been watching this here lake for a good 3 days now. I've seen enough boats to choke a mule. Kinda hard to remember which one, when I seen which one. So, what is it you do, Lotta? Me? Y'all don't really want to know that, do you? Actually, I'm a research student at Country U. Right in the heart of the Heartland. Wow, neat. Nick, she's a research student at the university. Sounds so fake. So I hear. So when'd you come up here? Oh, let me see. I guess it's about 3 days ago. What are you photographing? Didn't I tell y'all that already? Meteors, yep, meteor showers. Falling stars. That's quite the camera you have there. Y'all better know it. It's German-made, a genuine Solingen. Solingen? Is that where they make knives? So what is the device you have stuck to the camera? Huh? Device? Your camera went off all by itself when I fired my party popper. Oh, that? That mic triggers the shutter whenever it detects certain sounds. It's programmed to pick up loud noises right now. A programmable camera. Neat. Lotta's camera added to the court record. December 25th, Police Department, Criminal Affairs. Looks like Detective Gumshoe isn't here. Something wrong, miss? Hmm? Turning yourself in? Okay, what did you do? Shoplifting, larceny, public indecency? None of those things. We're looking for Detective Gumshoe. Is he around? Gumshoe? Oh yeah, he's in a meeting right now. I don't think he'll be out anytime soon. Okay, we'll come back later. You do that? Oh, and go straight home and stay out of trouble. No more shoplifting. You got that? Do I look like a criminal or something? Yes, Maya. You very much do. Detectives' desks, their computers, files each one. Funny, they're a lot tidier than I expect. I guess detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desks. This must be the chief of the detective series. Glued his computer screen. Ward Lake? Ward East Side? I don't believe it. Shouldn't you be reading something more important? Must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. Your mama can see you know she'd be crying. Break and spit it out, you low-life scumbag. He must be doing image training for interrogations. Sure, that's what he's doing. Ah. Hey, is that the certain police department suspect? That's Blue Badger. It was my idea. I made it. It's my mascot. I see. How nice. I'll get him signed mascot with the criminal affairs department if it's the last thing I do. Good luck. Poster of female police officer. Wait, no. That's the latest Babes in Uniform calendar. My bad. Alright. Alright. I'm actually at a loss of what I'm supposed to do at the moment, so I'm just gonna save and call it here because my throat is starting to kill me. And we'll come back to this probably after work tomorrow for me, which is 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific, potentially. Depends on how I'm feeling.